Mine would be Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, nice.
The minute I hear that start, it's like everybody on the floor, man.
You do an incredible American accent, like incredible. I always look at that whenever Brits do an American accent. I'm always like really focusing.
Me too.
As the director?
No, I hate it. Because like you guys must hate when you hear Americans do a British accent, which is almost always butchered.
It's harder to go the other way though, because we're kind of Americanized over here.
Oh, because when I hear. Usually what happens when somebody does an American accent, when a Brit does an American accent, they throw out a lot of their personality. Their personality goes out the window and they're just kind of doing an accent. Right. And it always feels like an impersonation of an American. Like, hey man, how you doing there, pal?
Yeah, I'm not bad.
And I was like, yeah. But he started with this accent. I didn't know he was a Brit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so literally yesterday when he showed up is the first time I've heard him ever like talking. He's like, right. I'm like, I actually felt like I don't know him.
You're quite Cockney as well.
I love his impression of me.
Yeah.
It's quite good.
That was about 3 o'clock in the morning last night.
That's right. Yeah. Right. We had the premiere last night, and I had to leave because my friends were like cha-cha sliding, and I was like, okay, it's time to go.
Both give me your favorite dance floor fella, so the tune that will get you up.
You know what makes me dance is "Gentleman" by Fela Kuti.
Okay.
That really has soul, and always, it's uncontrollable. I just have to dance.
See, I'm more cheesy. I'm more like Show Me Love or
yeah, well, that's Robin S. Yeah, we like
exactly.
Oh, look at you! You're a little softer in your heart. Mine would be Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang.
Oh, nice.
The minute I hear that start, it's like everybody on the floor, man.
This is a real heroic story, to the point that it could be fictional, like a Rocky kind of movie. As soon as you saw the script, I'll ask you both, what was your first thoughts?
Well, I read the book first, and I remember Grant and I were talking about when we were putting the script together. I said, the problem is there's a lot of this stuff that if it weren't true, you'd say it's baloney. It couldn't happen because the guy gets sick the day of the race, the week before the race, they don't hear the gun go off, all this stuff actually happened in real life. That the coach from the opposing team gave them money to make that all happened. We didn't make that up for cinema.
Well, I wanted to make it because George was making it. For me, it's always director driven. I've been a fan of George for a long, long time. I love him to bits.
I've been around a long, long time.
We're all a fan of George.
We're all a fan of George, and when he asked me to be in it, it was a no-brainer. And then I always wanted to do a sports movie too. And I was 31 when I got the part. I was running out of time to be an athlete in a movie. Unless it would be like a darts movie or
something
like
really athletic like that.
Or bowling, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
And the two came together. And
how intense was the training?
It was ridiculous.
Dude, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Because you're thinking about...
Have you ever rowed?
Once or twice, but not like that.
Done.
Yeah.
We did 2 months, so 4 hours a day, every day for 2 months.
No, but they did 5 months. You keep saying 2 months.
No, but we did 2 months before
we started. Yeah. But we didn't start shooting the rowing until the very end because we needed them to get better. So it was, literally 5 months. The last scene, the race against the Nazis, we shot that at the very end of the movie because they finally.
And did you know that was the plan before? You were going to shoot it in that order?
We figured we had to have as much. So we would finish shooting at 3 in the afternoon.
He would go home.
And I'd go home. I'd have a glass of wine.
I knew the drill. Yeah. And we were on the boat again.
And then as soon as they finished shooting, they were off back onto the Thames and training.
But these guys, George and Grant, they set us up to succeed. They gave us everything. It was like being part of a professional sports team. And we built that bond. The boys and I... They're very close because we started off from zero, and to do the thing that we did, we got to 46 strokes per minute, which was what the guys did in Berlin to win the gold. Felt incredible. We really achieved something, and spiritual was a word I would say to describe it.
What was really important was that they looked like they knew what they were doing for 7 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
Because maintaining anything, is almost impossible to do, and specifically in sports films. And these guys, we shot all day in the water with them by the end. And they were able to really compete. You know, by the end, they were actually competing with the real rowers.
Guys, you're both incredible at what you do. Thank you so much for chatting to us today.
Well, thanks for coming over.
You too.
Thank you.
This is Heart.